I have a customer that I had worked for years ago. I don't quite remember. It's kind of funny in this business, we don't remember names sometimes, but remember the job. If he had sent me a picture of the job that I did for him, I would have remembered him. But anyway, so he bought this property on foreclosure, mind you, at a deal cost of $2.5 million. Yeah, this is a house. This is crazy. It's got its own walking trail. Like, literally, this trail looks like it goes around the perimeter of the property. You could skate or ride a bicycle. Look at that. It's got the hills that match up. The sidewalk, the trail has the topography embedded into it. It's kind of different. Anyway, he has I think he's got 2 bathrooms he wants me to do here. It'll be interesting. That's my truck. So I haven't been here yet. A basement bathroom is what he wants done first. So we're gonna go have a look at that. And this looks southern. This looks very southern. Interesting, huh? Anyway, let me get into the basement and I'll come back on camera. All right, I made it through the entrance. This is a rather extravagant looking house. Why is there a light shining through there? A bit too much. A bit too much. So I'm gonna show this back area later on. There's multiple fireplaces here, and this was a maze that I had to figure out on my own at some point. Look at that, in-wall speakers. Obviously a living room, very large living room, and a sitting room, I guess, with a covered sunroom. Going to the next big room over there. We're gonna go over there in a minute because I think that's the master bedroom. But this is a formal living room that, well, I think that's the formal. This is a living room that's attached to the kitchen area, and we're gonna go look at the kitchen in a minute. Laundry room of some sort. Half bath. I don't know where this goes. Oh, they got another sunroom in here. And then I don't know where that door goes. Anyway, it's a bit of a maze in here. Another half bath. Another half bath with green granite. I don't know where the light switch is at. The green granite, remember that because we got some upstairs too. Everything is gold fixtures in here too, which is another issue that I'm going to show you in a minute. Pantry, probably, yep, pantry. Big pantry. Kitchen, granite countertops, of course. Garbage disposal, separate sinks, yada yada yada. Every room in here seems to have an opening to the outside. This is also kind of a veranda type thing. Boy, if somebody likes to cook, you got 6 burners. Look at that. It's like industrial. So, let me get to the job at hand. Jobs, plural, at hand. Did I say this was a foreclosure? Yes, I think I mentioned that already. Typically, which they got lucky, typically foreclosures, the people that are getting put out aren't too happy about it. So they usually do all kinds of damage, which would be easy to do here because everything is pricey. This is the den. Everything's dark in here, like mahogany. I don't even know if where's the light at? Oh, they got lights in here. I don't know where the switch is at. So the den, reading room. I don't know. This is right off from the. Look at that. Oh, look at that pocket door. That's so cool. The pocket door matches all the archway. God, that alone has to be pricey. Anyway, let me move on. because I get enthralled by some of this detail. I mean, the detail when I'm talking about all the woodwork and everything, all the trim, all the molding, all the recessed ceiling, and just everything. Integrated full-length mirror. Now, this is something, this is a very small closet. When I say small, hold on a minute. This is going to be funny. So this is a closet, yeah? This closet has lots of drawers and lots of places to put your clothes and lots of hangers, which, you know, are, again, gold. So, you know, all your clothes can hang up and all that stuff, right? The formal closet, which I don't know why they have this one. Look at this monstrosity. Can I find a light? I don't know if I can find a light. There we go. Okay. Look at this monstrosity. This is the biggest closet you've probably ever seen in your life. Like, I could just imagine folded shirts in here in these shelves, like, you know, pink and blue and white and off-white, and like, how many spaces do you need in a closet? How many spaces do you need? How many spaces do you... Look at this. Just everywhere you look, even on the top, there's spaces and glass closets everywhere. Like, these are closets by themselves, right? Like, to say nothing of this island. Look at the island. Look at all the drawers. Like, this is so overkill. Drawers and more drawers and a key drawer. Well, that's for the jewelry, I guess. Nice velvet bottom. But just look at all these drawers and cabinets and openings and granite. Like, why do you need shelves in a closet? I don't understand. Anyway, yeah. This is bigger than most people's master bedroom. It's just so much overkill. Anyway, where was I at? Turn off the lights. Master bathroom, which I won't be touching. Look at all the trim work. This is what I'm getting at. Look at all that molding and all that stuff. Look at all the damage that they could have done if they were really, really pissed. You know, taking a sledgehammer and crowbar to all of this stuff. You know, his and her sinks, 12 feet apart. You know, all these vertical outlets. Horizontal rather. What is this? Oh, there must have been a TV back here. Yep. TV with a cable. You got one over there? No. So, getting back to the master bathroom. This is a master bathroom. Look at all that space taken up by the tub. And from my experience, nobody uses a jacuzzi tub. Gold fixture. Control for the jacuzzi. And the space it's taking up here is just so much overkill. And then look at the shower. In contrast to that, this is maybe 5 foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 foot by 1, 2, 3.5 foot shower. That's all this is, and it's marble all the way up to the ceiling. You know, 8-inch marble on the ceiling, and an opening here. But did you miss what? Did you miss? Do you see a frameless door? No, you see a gold door to match everything else is gold. But the size of this shower is an understatement to the size of the whole house, and specifically the size of the bathroom. Like, why? Who was doing the design of this house that they thought the tub was the most important thing? When clearly it's not. Like, this should be the shower. This should be like, you know, 12, 14 foot long shower by 5 foot wide, and then a little clawfoot tub over here. But there again, got a little veranda right off of the double doors here. Anyway, I'm gonna go upstairs and show you what I'm here for after I turn off all these lights of all these different rooms that I've been in. But before I go upstairs, there are 2 sets of stairs, one on this side of the house and one on the other, by the way. Another bedroom. Oh, this is a master bedroom. So this is good size. This is probably 20 foot by 20 foot easily with its own fireplace. And then that same veranda thing. enclosed veranda. And then this whole area, I don't even know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I do know this. They built an indoor pool with a theater. Look at this. I'm not going to open the door. Too many locks. An indoor pool, heated pool, with a theater over there. And I think that's a jacuzzi. I think that's a jacuzzi tub that's built into this room. And mirrors on the ceiling. That's all a bunch of separate, looks like 3x5 mirrors that are all attached on the ceiling. And again, veranda. Crazy, huh? An indoor pool. And again, I don't know what this room is for. What is this? Another veranda. They're everywhere. Anyway, I'm gonna go upstairs. All right, this is one of the hall bedrooms. Normal size bedroom in here. Not sure what's in here. Ooh, this is different. A step up office. This is definitely different. Is this a Jack and Jill? No, it's got its own bathroom. Yeah, it's got its own bathroom. So this is what the other bathroom looks like. Travertine, and very well done. You know, bull-nosed on the edge of the tile itself. You know, everything's looking nice. Gold. Everything's looking nice and, you know, well tiled and all that stuff. No damages. Although I like tile above the shower head, but incidental. Not bad. And then this is, God, look at the size of this closet. This isn't even the master. I guess the light bulb's out. This is the size, this closet is the size of one of the 1960s type of rooms, because in the 1960s they made very small rooms. So this room has its own bathroom, step-up desk area. This room has its own bathroom, which is a replication of what you just saw. You know, very well done tile, but I'm not sure why blue wallpaper. Oh, this is a kid's room, so this must have been the boys' room. Anyway, moving on. Where was I going? Just doing some more exploring because this house is so humongous. You need a, oh, that's, okay, the bookmark I told you about. And then they have an outside veranda slash sunroom where there's been a bunch of wood rot into the windows. So they're currently replacing all the windows. So we don't need to go out there. But this is the bathroom that I am responsible for. Look at the size of this closet. Hold on. And again, we're not even in the master stage because I already showed you the master bedroom. This is relatively, you know, relatively speaking, a normal sized closet. Its own fireplace. And the other part of the veranda that they're fixing the windows on. And this is my responsibility. So now, finally, I forgot how long this video is. Finally, halfway through the video, I'm showing you what I'm here for. So this green granite tile is going. And it's a shame too, because this was done very well. I don't have any issues. I have issues with the color, but the tile itself, you know, again, factory bullnose, because I doubt that the tile guy made these bullnose on the tile, but he could have. And just symmetrically, everything's on point, even a little niche inside here. Gold, again, it's not bad. You know, the little shelving area to take up the space, and of course, gold shower door, which is kind of cheesy. Kind of a weird looking ceiling. Oh, the sheetrock. For some reason, it looked like stainless steel up there with the lighting. And then we have this full-length mirror, which is crazy. And then this fireplace, remember that's in the bedroom? So we got a fireplace here with the chimney integrated into the bathroom. So what he wants me to do is he wants me to take out everything. Everything's getting stripped off of the floor. everything's getting taken out, everything, including this. This is going to be a tub to shower. So, there was a couple of hiccups here. One, this floor would not pass a marble test. I put the straight edge in on here earlier. Look at the discrepancy, it's about 3/4 of an inch. So this is relatively flat, but then it just drops down. This floor has moved down, or he told me there was some damage outside of here that had to do with the siding or something like that. So this floor could have dropped before they did this granite. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know, but when I take all this up, I cannot follow the floor. I have to follow the tile. So it's going to be a bit difficult. There's going to be a buildup here inevitably that I'm going to have to do toward the back and to get this all flush and all that stuff. But this tile just, you know, the guy who did this tile, you know, props to him. He even got the lines, look at that. All the lines are matching up to all of his side tile. Like everything is just matching up. Very well done. No problem at all. This guy could set tile. What I have to do, not only tub to shower conversion, I have to take down that mirror, and whatever tile he chooses for here and here is going to also go up here and on here. So this brick, which is not a facade, it's real brick, I'm going to have to glue some backer board to all of this brick in order to have a flat surface to tile all the way up. And I think he even told me he wants all the walls tiled. It's going to be a wet room. Wall-to-wall tile in this whole thing. Quite the project. I'll be on this job for a minimum of 3 weeks. It might be 4, but I'll be on this particular job for about 3 weeks. There's no way I can rush through this. It's going to take some care. So yeah, there's that. The second job that I'm doing, can I find the lights? The second job that I'm doing, I'm going to take you down to the basement. But before I take you to the basement, I want to take you upstairs because this is interesting. So what you've seen already is probably a good part of my best guess, about 4,000 or 5,000 square feet. And upstairs, look at that. It just, this is the attic basically. And they have a whole nother room back there, which I'm not going to get into. And then this whole room, and then of course another bathroom. Another bathroom, another shower. And it ties into what you just saw over there. Small shower. Very well done. All the way to the ceiling. Just, I have nothing bad to say about the tile guy. It's just the design choices. Again, gold. You would think, right? Let me get a frameless shower and at least have a couple of, pieces that are gold so you can keep your flavor. But everything in here is gold. This bathroom I'm not touching. What I wanted to show you is outside. What I said earlier, we just covered about maybe 10,000 square feet. This is how crazy. So this veranda, which they have multiple verandas here, he wants me ultimately to do something about this stone. This natural stone is going to come up, the broken pieces are going to come up. And there's about 4, maybe 5 broken pieces here. Because all the water sheds off of the roof straight down onto here for years and years and years. So my idea was to tile over tile and put a uncoupling membrane on this entire veranda and then just put tile on top of it. I don't know when and if I'm going to do this job, but he mentioned it to me. Now, here's where the house gets bigger. So I've shown you all of the house so far, but not all of the property. So every door on the side of the house ties in, the same as we were the indoor pool. That's the indoor pool over there. And then there's upstairs that I didn't even notice, right? So I don't know what's upstairs there. I don't know where the pool ends and going into that next room and then going into that back area. I don't know what's in there. I know somewhere there's a 25-seat indoor theater but I don't know which room it's in. It might be that one. But then you got this room and that room and that, and I think it's 22 or 25,000 square feet is the entirety of living space here. Isn't that crazy? What would you do? This is a hotel. I mean, at the end of the day, he just bought a hotel. The maintenance, the power bill. Oops, I gotta lock the door. Everything is expensive here. Like just the light bill alone, especially in the winter time, is gonna be enormous. And I don't know if they have gas or electric, but either way. Whew. Anyway, I will be back when I'm in the basement. Okay, basement. Look at this room. Again, own fireplace. In fact, that one probably ties into the one you just saw upstairs. Look at the intricate, you know, again, everything here is so intricate, you know, with the recessed ceiling and all that stuff. Again, I'm in the basement, but we have the same thing going on here with an enclosed veranda. Oh, we were here already. That's around the corners where the pool's at. So yeah, we were here. Am I in the basement? Is there another flight of stairs? No, I'm not in the basement. Oh, my bad. Let me go down another flight. I was already on the 3rd floor. Sorry about that, folks. Let me find where the stairs are at. Where are the stairs at in this place? I gotta find the stairs. I'll be right back. All right, I finally found the stairs. Look at, when I say the carpentry here alone was just like an arm and a leg. Just the lawyer's panels and all the trim and the intricacy of all this wood is just astonishing. Ooh, this is a basement. Look how big the basement is. This is one, I don't know, room. Is that a bathroom? I never noticed that. I think this is a bathroom. No, that's a closet. That's a closet. And then another room. No, that's a closet. This is a walk-in closet like the other side was. And I'm not going to turn on the light and all that stuff. Laundry room. I think this is a second laundry room. Look how enormous this laundry room is. Like, this is the size of a good size room. Arguably a master bedroom in a lot of people's houses. This is a laundry room, folks. Crazy, huh? Anyway, moving on. What is this room? I don't think I opened this door. Oh, utility room. Pool table, billiards. Yes. You know what? I might bring my cue stick here. Get a little practice in. I'm not a pool player, but look at this room over here. Why is this all here? This is a mirrored room, wall-to-wall mirrors in here. It might be for aerobics, exercise area. That's so cool. I want a pool table in my house. So here we are. I'm gonna go, oh, they got a sauna. So sauna in here. I never saw the spiral staircase. Oh my God, where does that go to? I have no idea where that, I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if there's a light in here. There's no light. Spiral staircase, where does that go to? I'm gonna have to discover where that goes to later on. I don't know what this room is. Honestly, I don't know what this room is. I have no idea. Maybe this is a safe room. And no idea what this room is. Or this room for that matter. And I wish I had better lighting, because I have no idea. Let me see if my phone light won't do it justice, I'm sure. No idea what this room is for. Or this room, you know, like this bedroom. I have no idea. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. Where I'm involved is this bathroom. So, I have to tear everything out of here. Again, just like upstairs, I'm going to be taking out the toilet. I'm going to be taking out all the sheetrock. I'm going to be taking out all of this old shower that they built. This is travertine, and I hate to get rid of it, but you know, it's got to go. And he wants a fake travertine, so I'm going to get a porcelain that is a light color like this, more than likely a 12 by 24. I don't know what we're going to do for the edging. The edging that they're doing everywhere in this house is bullnose, and we don't really do that anymore. I don't know. It might just be floor molding or something. I don't know. Anyway, this shower was built really kind of shoddily. This is a steam shower, by the way. Here's your controls. Here's your temperature. You know, all of this control mechanism is for the steam shower. And I'm going to show you the steam generator in a minute, but this is where it comes out at. And I told him, well, he told me that there were some mold issues, and the reason they took all this apart is to mitigate the mold issues. So all I could figure out is that somehow the steam generator has a leak somewhere. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know, but he doesn't want a steam shower anymore. Yay! So we're going to take out this 3/4 pipe that goes back to the steam generator on the other side. They spot bonded all the tile. I have no idea what the tile was. I'm assuming the same travertine. In fact, I don't even think this is travertine. This might be marble. This might be in fact marble. Anyway, I don't know what it, oh yes it was. It sure enough was. It was the same tile as I had here. But look at this, spot bond everywhere. And then gray thin set. And the spot bonding is huge. Look at the size of that. That's like 3/4 of an inch of spot bonding. Spot bonding everywhere. I don't know how this managed. I really honestly don't know how they managed. And this isn't tile. This is all thin set. That's, I don't know what I don't know. But I know whoever did the tile everywhere else wasn't the guy who did this tile. Again, getting back to deciphering a lot of stuff when you don't know what you don't know is when you start doing the tear out, and then you start realizing how they built stuff. In this case, they started to do the tear out, so obviously it's Durarock everywhere you look. In a steam shower would be the last thing, strike that, would be one of the things I might do in a steam shower. More than likely I would use HardieBacker. HardieBacker with good waterproofing, no matter if it's Schluter-Kerdi, no matter if it's any type of product that waterproofs a steam shower, right? Which they didn't do here. The makeup of this bench, I have no idea what it is. No idea. I'm thinking it's cinder block, but he wants to delete the bench. Well, strike that. I want to delete the bench because it's taking a lot of real estate away from the shower. Here's your shower fixture. Hello, gold. So the shower fixture is here, and you have enough room for 4 people to sit here. So I suggested whatever this bench is has to go away, even if it's cinder block, and then put a bench over here, crossways. And there'll be a solid wall, I imagine, right here, and then just a door opening up. It's going to be quite the physical challenge to get all of this stuff out on a concrete type of slab with probably most likely a concrete bench, and taking out all of this ceiling area. I mean, it's just, it's a lot of work. As I said, upstairs is probably a good part of 2.5 to 3 weeks. This is probably alone 2 weeks, no doubt. Just to do the finishing tear out is going to be 3 or 4 days. And then the build back has to happen, and then all the tiling has to happen after that. This is a steam generator, and so all of this has to go away. This has also electrical, plus all the plumbing that's associated with it. So I suggested that he get a plumber to take all of this stuff out. It goes straight in. It's a dedicated, it looks like it's a 240, dedicated 240 that goes right up into the panel, and I don't want to mess with that. So yeah, could I take it out? Yes, but I don't want that liability or responsibility of doing that. So anyway, he's going to get a plumber to test the whole house for plumbing, drainage, fixtures, all that stuff, and then I suggested that he get an estimate or find another person that could take all this apart, because I don't want to be responsible. Part of this steam shower is this drain, and that drain has to be capped off at some point. So yeah, it is not going to be the easiest job. I can tell you that. And with turn off the light. With all of the stairs and back ways that I have to go, especially the stairs going upstairs. He wants that one done first. I would rather do this one because at least I have access to the garage for me coming right out to the garage, which, you know, makes it easy to get all the stuff out and bring some new stuff in. This is what I want to do first, and then we can move upstairs. And that's what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to do that bathroom first, and now he wants to do the upstairs bathroom first. Put me to the test. Make me crawl up all the stairs with all my material and all that stuff. But yeah, that's where we're at. Again, let me shut this garage. Again, I'm showing all this mainly for people, is there another light switch? There we go. Mainly for, oh, I found a light switch for this room. Yay. Yeah, it's a big room. I'm showing all this stuff mainly for people who are not aware of some of the hiccups that I'm going to encounter in that bathroom and the one upstairs, and including some contractors who might be watching my channel that might have some ideas on how to go about some of that stuff that I showed you on those 2 bathrooms that I'm going to be doing. And if you do have some advice, put it in the comment section, because I am not looking forward to all this gym membership that's coming up pretty soon. Pretty soon. Anyway, I'm going to close everything up, shut everything down, lock everything up, and go fight traffic. 6 o'clock. Oh yeah, traffic's still going on. I will be back. I will probably do a video on all of that, which I just talked about. Where is the light? Where did I find the light for this? Is that it? No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Where's the light? Oh. So, yeah, I'll be back. When I start in on this project in a couple, 2 or 3 weeks, I will do a vlog. I will definitely do a vlog. So you can come along for the ride and see how difficult this whole thing is going to be.